name is John, and I'm representing Group 11 for our Zapp Consulting project. Zapp was founded in 2015 in Columbia, South Carolina as a solution to the last mile logistic problem for college students. Ideally, Zapp would use electric scooters to move students around campus from class to class. In the future, they hope to expand to other college markets around the Southeast and Southwest. We were tasked with analyzing the pickup and drop-off locations that Zapp currently uses around Columbia. To accomplish this, over the past 7 weeks, each team member has been assigned a 3-hour slot between 9 a.m. and midnight, and during that 3-hour slot, they record on the hour the number of Zapps available at each Zapp location around Columbia. After collecting all this data, we analyzed it using Microsoft Excel, heat maps, and line graphs, and we determined optimal and suboptimal locations to come up with a proposal for the Zapp team. This is the Excel analysis that we did. For every Zapp location, we collected a data point, which are all these Excel cells, and we collected one for every hour of the day. After collecting one for all 7 weeks, we averaged it out and came up with these numbers. From that, we used conditional formatting to find the bottom end of the barrel and the high end of the barrel to see which locations are good and bad. So the 3 trends that we came up with were there are significantly underutilized locations, and Zapp's peak hours are between 4 and 8 p.m., which is contrary to the thinking of people taking Zapps to class. Rather, they take Zapps from class to get home or to go get dinner after class. There's also a low usage of Zapp vehicles on Fridays. This is the heat map. The map with the pins is the entirety of the Zapp locations in Columbia. As you can see, the heat maps are focused on the freshman dorms. That's where most of the activity occurs, and that's where most of the Zapps go to and from. So our optimal locations based off all this analysis are Columbia Hall Capstone, Bates, Quad Dorms, Strom Thurmond, and Swearingen. These are all centrally located on campus. They're all major buildings on campus. 3 are dorms, 1 is the fitness center, and 1 is a major classroom. Now we have our suboptimal locations. We have Barnwell, Casey Cove, Cool Beans, Midlands, River's Edge, and the Retreat. All these locations are either far away from campus or hard to access on campus. The graphs that they use showed a lot of plateaus and inconsistencies within their own data. This is an example of the optimal versus suboptimal locations. Columbia Hall Capstone is erratic and all over the place, indicating there's a lot of Zapps moving to and from that location. Whereas Casey Cove has a significant number of plateaus, which means that Zapp got there at 10 a.m. and stayed there until 10 p.m. And it also occurred on Wednesday, November 14th from 10 to 6. So there's not a lot of movement going on at Casey Cove. Additionally, we were tasked with recommending potential future locations. After talking with Justina and the Zapp team, we learned there were 35 other potential locations that were awaiting approval throughout Columbia. With our knowledge of the most Zapp traffic comes from residence halls, the heart of campus, and large classroom buildings, we believe that the potential location with the most opportunity for success to be the Darlamore School of Business across from the Coger Arts Center, the Carolina Shuttle, the nursing stop, Patterson Hall, and Thomas Cooper Library. Our primary proposal is the target reallocation of Zapp vehicles based on trends from our data. This would mean moving Zapps from suboptimal to optimal locations throughout the day and putting a heavy focus on that from 4 to 8 p.m. when most of the activity occurs. If like 600 students get out of Gambrell Hall at once, we want as many Zapps to be there as possible to try and meet as much demand as possible and make as much money as we can. Along with that, on Fridays, we think there should only be 1 shift in the morning because no one uses Zapp past 3 p.m. on Friday. It just doesn't happen. People have things to do, have places to be, or they're out of town. Our secondary proposal is to increase curb appeal with Zapps. We have had experience with trying to find all the Zapp locations, and specifically the Honors Residence Hall and the corner of Sumter and Blossom is hard to get to and not marked well. The Honors Residence Hall location is down an alley, and the corner of Sumter and Blossom is only accessible through a one-way street, so it needs to be made very apparent that that is a Zapp location and that Zapp should be dropped off there. Another secondary proposal would be to include a map on the website and to keep it updated as the locations keep opening. Right now, there's no map on the website, and in the app, when you zoom out, it groups all the Zapp locations together, so you can't accurately see where all the locations are. We created a map for you, and that's located in the appendix.